this is one of the best fan bases, if not the best in college basketball. So every time I get a chance to be a part of BBN, and Carl Anthony Towns went to my high school, he's like a little big brother to me. I love this place. This is one of the meccas of college basketball.
What do you see from Ashton Hagans? I mean, what do you like about his game?
I use a word called moxie for him. I don't think a lot of young players, you're up on podium next, it's okay. I think a lot of players who are given the position of the point guard don't know what comes with that or entails that. And I think for Ashton, we're watching it in front of our eyes, a young man develop and evolve into a leader that this team really needs. You can have a team of very talented players, but you need, every team in order to win a championship, you need that next level mentality. You need that dog mentality. And I think that's what Ashton brings to the table. And I think Ashton actually feels comfortable starting to be Ashton. And I think that happens for people at different times. I know we like for the process to be expedited, but sometimes there is something called patience. I think that's what we're seeing now right now.
Gilgeous Alexander had that last year.
Yes.
How close do you think Ashton can come to that? You think he can get to that point?
I think he's already there.
He's already there? Okay.
Shea was a very talented player, but I think sometimes when you have the talent that Shea had, you were able to get by doing some of the little things. And I think Ashton doesn't have that talent, but he exceeds at the little things. And I think that sometimes can make you an even better player because you have a better understanding of who you are. You're not still trying to, he's still developing, but he's more secure with who he is. And I think his team is drastically different than what Shea had. This team has guys who understand what it takes. Now, look, it's a hell of a 3-game stretch. You win at Auburn, and you turn around Mississippi State. Mississippi State, a heck of a basketball team, and to see what they did, how they just kind of put their foot on the gas. I think a lot of that starts with that point of attack, and I can't emphasize that enough. As a point guard, one of the things I hated was as soon as I turned around, if there was a guy who was in my face, I had to work to get the ball up the court. Right. All of a sudden now I'm starting my offense from the half court because my back is turned towards you. Sure. And there's a world of difference, and if I can face you up and I can get to the 3-point line in my operating territory, and Ashton doesn't allow you to do that, he completely disrupts your offense.
The difference in the two teams is the reason why I asked that question. Gilgeous, this is a different team that Ashton's got to Gilgeous didn't have, so to speak.
Yes.
That's the reason why I asked that question.
Yes, we have guys like Tyler Hero can knock down shots, and Keldon Johnson. Look, I think those guys play different, and also you have that interior. Watching P.J. Washington the other night grab Nick Richards was another moment for me where you're like, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, PJ. There's nobody in college basketball that can stop PJ Washington. The only person physically that may be able to hinder him is Zion Williamson. But that's 0.0001% of college basketball, okay? So PJ is the only person that stops PJ. And the way that you get out of your own way is you get into what the team is trying to do. You get lost into the passion of the game. And for him, he has to communicate that. You want to see him yell at people. You want to see him lead. And now seeing him and Ashton do that, you feel like those were the two missing links to this team taking the next step, and that leads you to winning a championship.
How much does Ashton's embrace of defense really kind of help him on the other end?
Well, look,
the
one thing I always known about defense, and I think it's something I had to grow into, is sometimes your defense helps your offense because it gets you into that competitive mentality of the game, and it leads to easier points. So when he leads his team in steals, when all of a sudden you get 1 or 2 or 3 layups off your defense, think about it, you just found your offensive rhythm. That kind of allows you to maybe take that next jump shot off of PNR where the guy goes under with a little bit more confidence because you've gotten that lather. And I think it sets the tone for the team about we are here to work. We're not here to try to just outscore you by 100 points. Our mentality is blue collar, and we're going to outwork you. Think what kind of tone that sets for the rest of the squad. That's the difference between having him on the court and not having him on the court.
Is his steals, is that a knack? Is that something with him, or is it something that a coach? Because everybody doesn't do that.
I think it's a combination of both. I think it's something that he brings to the table, and I think it's also something that's been a little bit different for Cal. Having a guy that can be that lead guard defensively. He's had a lot of lead guards offensively, but to have a guy like that, now those are, look, we're talking about Hall of Fame coaches, but we're all human beings. We all can learn. We all evolve. I think for Cal, having a guy like that, he has to evolve his defense around that. Okay, Ashton, go pick him up the full length of the court. Make him work, make him tired, set that tone. And I think that's been a good challenge for Cal, and Cal's up for it. I mean, there's a reason why he's one of the all-time best.
We've
Can
seen
you
other
talk a
guys
little
on.
bit about tomorrow and what you think the X factor is for Kentucky and what you'd want to see from them tomorrow?
Well, look, it's about making sure that they're able to dictate the style of game they want to play. Kansas is going to play 4 out, 1 in, and Dedrick Lawson is a guy that likes to pick and pop. So, that's a matchup for Travis Reed or PJ Washington. They have the advantage down low. So my thing is, yes, they're going to have the guard play, but you have to force them to the style of game you want, which is pounding the ball down low. That's going to be a major advantage. If you can run Kansas off the 3-point line, Kentucky should be in great shape.